Cult of the Lamb, developed by Massive Monster and published by Devolver Digital, a roguelite dungeon crawler mixed with micromanaging a town of cultists. After playing roughly 4 hours of the game, I figured I'd like to give my first opinions on it. Initially, I was worried that going into the game it was going to be a bit too much like Binding of Isaac, which I could personally never get into myself. Delightfully, I was surprised to see it didn't delve too much into mixing of random items and such for builds during the combat portion of the game. Jumping right in. You start each run with a randomly selected weapon and spell and fight your way through different rooms much like other roguelites. After you clear each floor, you can select a path to move along to pick between different rewards such as weapons, new cultists, food, or building materials to take back to your cult. The combat is very simple in nature, but it feels great this early into the game. Landing attacks actually feel like they have an impact on the enemies, which I feel like so many games get wrong anymore. My only real complaint is that sometimes when the enemy flashes to indicate that it's going to attack, the effect blends in with the background of the stage, or can be misconstrued as you landing a hit on the enemy, which leads to you taking damage. The weapon selection early on revolved around picking between an axe, a dagger, a sword, or a fist weapon, all with different affixes you can unlock back in town. Affixes such as Bane, which has the chance to apply poison on swing, Vampiric, which has a small chance to heal you on kills, or Necromantic, which has a chance to summon a ghost on kill to do a little bit of damage to a random enemy. Then there's the spells, which personally to me have felt pretty lackluster considering the resource cost to damage that they do. Although some of the spells are very interesting to use, such as a 360 area of effect damage around your character, or shooting fireballs at your enemies, or even sending a line of tentacles at them. I'm sure as I progress through the game, there will be far more spells and abilities to unlock as well. Now, for the cult portion of the game, you get to micromanage your cute animal cultists that you find while dungeon crawling and forcing them to do such tasks as chopping trees, tending to a mine, or growing crops on your farm, all the while maintaining their hunger, their faith, making sure they have a place to sleep, and forcing them to listen to your sermons to increase your strength. There's also cleaning up after their bathroom habits. So far I've noticed that I end up spending more time micromanaging the cultists in the town than anything else. There's something very addictive about it. Now in terms of cultist customization, there's a wide variety of animal types and color schemes to choose from, with more being unlockable by playing through the game. It's been quite enjoyable to space out for a bit, listen to the game's music, and make sure the cultists are doing what they should be. And speaking of the music, so far the soundtrack has been great. Each area has its own track that's all very upbeat, while having an almost creepy sound to it. Don't have much else to say about it other than it's very catchy and I constantly find myself humming along with it. Now that brings me to the art style. I mean, look at this guy. I don't have a whole lot to say about this either. The characters are all very charming, cartoony, paper cutout looking animals with disturbing side mouths. Lastly, the most important feature of the game. Pressing down the right stick gives you a dedicated bleeding button, so you can until your heart's content. I can definitely say it's been one of the more enjoyable games that I've played this year, and I can definitely recommend it to you if you're into this style of game, whether that be dungeon crawling or micromanaging some side-mouthed creepy paper cutout animals. Now excuse me, I got some more poop to clean up. If you happen to make it this far, I'd appreciate if you like, comment, and subscribe, and check the links in the description below. Mwah.